This is what started the Industrial Revolution.
Dun, dun, dun.
In 1769, Sir Richard Arkwright created the water frame which started the Industrial Revolution. Arkwright's water frame produced a cotton yarn suitable for warp. James Hargreaves' spinning jenny, which was invented around 1767, also made thread, but lacked the strength of Arkwright's cotton yarn and was only suitable for weft.
With several partners, Arkwright opened factories at Nottingham and Cromford. Within a few years, he was operating a number of factories equipped with machinery for carrying out all phases of textile manufacturing, from carding to spinning.
Before the Industrial Revolution, people worked at their homes, farms, and in small workshops. Cloth was done by hand and cotton was spun on a spinning wheel. During the Industrial Revolution, hand tools were replaced with steam or electricity-driven machines.
The Industrial Revolution began in Britain with raw materials such as iron and coal, which was a limited source of power. Due to the coal and iron in central and northern England, the population shifted northward and northern cities grew tremendously. Towards the end of the revolution, US and Germany began to challenge the Britain's industrial power.
Industrialists developed an ideology called laissez-faire based on Adam Smith's Wealth of Nations. The laissez-faire was a policy of minimum government interference in the economic affairs of individuals and society. Laissez-faire was a political as well as an economic doctrine, which led economists to argue that a free market would maximize the nation's utility.
Aristocratic rule was no longer supreme. Upstart manufacturers were now more wealthy and more important to the nation's well-being. Aristocratic landholders maintained some power but gave it up for business interests. While competing for the support of the workers, they also tried to take power away from manufacturers while allying with the working class.
The Industrial Revolution increased urbanization and vastly increased the overall wealth and production of power humanity, even though benefits weren't shared with everyone. By 1825, workers in industrializing nations became a political and social force of their own.
In 1764, James Hargreaves invented the spinning jenny. Jenny was an early abbreviation for engine. This machine enabled one person to produce multiple spools of thread simultaneously. By the time of James' death, over 2,000 spinning jennies were across Britain.
In the 1700s, people wanted to buy more clothes. So to meet demands, textile traders looked for a faster and cheaper way for producing clothes. To solve this problem, they built factories with new inventions to make the production easier and faster.
Factories had to have some sort of power supply, and during this time it meant being by rivers, waterways, roads, and transportation. With all these new inventions, the large level of machinery couldn't be powered from home. It had to be powered by a large water wheel. These water wheels comfortably powered all the equipment used inside the factories. Factories continued to be powered by water until they could be powered by electricity.
During the Industrial Revolution, accidents didn't matter for factory owners. Their only interest was increasing production and maximizing the money they earned. The factory workers were so exhausted that some would fall asleep and lean into unprotected flywheels and leather bands operating huge machines. Many people died, whether it was from getting horribly injured or catching lung disease from breathing in all the soot, lint, sawdust, and other dust particles.
There was no way to keep the factories at a good temperature, and the factory owners never tried. As a result of this, it was freezing during the winters and roasting in the summers. Meals consisted of gruel and corn because it was very cheap when the farm prices went down dramatically. Life was hard, and usually one apartment held multiple families. They were lucky to have just enough money for the basic essentials.
Before the Industrial Revolution, people produced their own food and clothes. Factories provided an easier and faster way of mass production. These factories created thousands of new jobs for the people and brought people across from the country working side by side.
Although factories can mass produce a product, it still had a lot of unsafe working conditions. The workers were low paid, and the women and children would work around 50 hours a week while only getting paid 10 cents per hour. A lot of the factory owners promoted child labor, and most were beaten and treated horribly.
Not only were the workers in danger every single day, but the factories caused pollution in the air and water supply. This affected the health of most citizens, and the cities became extremely dirty and disease-prone.
Most of the owners of these factories locked the exits to keep the workers from sneaking out. This was very dangerous when fires occurred and no one could get out. In 1911, the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire occurred. Women and girls between the ages of 16 and 23 were unable to get out once the fire happened due to the doors being locked. 146 people died that day.
Dun, dun,